Let's talk about tariffs. I would love for Supreme Leader Trump to sit down with somebody for 15 or 20 minutes and explain to the United States and the rest of the world how he thinks tariffs are going to help the United States. He just keeps saying it's going to be great, it's going to be painful for a little bit, but then in the long run, it's going to be great. But he doesn't give thoughtful explanation as to how things are going to get better. I've heard some of his surrogates say how they think things are going to get better, and I'm going to debunk one of those right now. I want dictator wannabe Trump to sit down with somebody for 10 or 15 minutes and address the nation and lay out thoughtfully with charts and graphs and facts how tariffs are going to help the United States. So I heard some of Trump's surrogates say tariffs are going to force manufacturing and jobs back to the United States, which in theory is a good thing. But let's break this down a little bit, okay? I've been in pharma my whole life, so let's take pharma as an example. Okay, so you have a pharma company that's already manufacturing overseas. They're already GMP approved and European approved and JP approved. Everything's approved. They've gone through all the approval. They built the building. They're in production. It's already done. They already spent the money in these facilities. All of a sudden, they want to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. Best case scenario, they have an existing facility in the United States that they can just retrofit and sort of fit in the products that they want to make here in the U.S. That costs tens of millions of dollars. Plus, you got to go through validation and make sure everything's GMP. And you probably got to get reapproval again, too, which is very costly and takes a lot of time. That doesn't happen very often. What is more likely to happen is they will either buy an existing pharma building and tear it down to the rafters, or they will just build a new building from the ground up and make it to what they want to make it. Either of these cases cost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. And where do you think they're going to get the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars? They're going to have to charge more for their products that, by the way, were already being made overseas in already qualified places. And now we're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to bring them back to the U.S. And look, for better or for worse, there's a reason why we make products overseas. Because no American is going to work for $3, $4, $5 an hour, either manufacturing widgets or making pharmaceutical drugs or whatever. No American is going to do that. So for better or for worse, there's a reason why a lot of our stuff, like shirts and whatnot, are made overseas. It's horrible that these people work for pennies on the dollar, but it is what it is. And no American is going to work for pennies on the dollar. If you bring manufacturing back to the U.S., you're going to have to pay good people a good salary, which means prices are going to go up. So in theory, yes, people are getting paid more, which is great. But also in theory, prices are going to have to go up to pay for those people. So either way, prices are going to go up. Again, I get the theory, manufacturing jobs back in the U.S., jobs back in the U.S. I understand that. But it costs hundreds of millions of dollars to bring jobs back to the U.S. There aren't just buildings waiting for materials to be manufactured in. You have to build these buildings. You have to fit these buildings with machinery. You have to bring pharma companies up to GMP standards. You have to qualify. There's so much stuff you have to do. It costs hundreds of millions of dollars and it's very costly. And if you do that in the U.S., these companies are going to have to charge more to cover these costs. Anyway, that's the one argument that I've heard from Trump's surrogate people saying, these tariffs are going to bring jobs back to the United States. That's the one thing that I've heard over and over again. I haven't heard much more other than, the U.S. has been getting ripped off, but they haven't backed it up with any facts. So anyway, comment below. Let me know what you think of tariffs. Let me know if you think tariffs are good. Post below. Let me know why you think they're good. Let me hear your theories about why tariffs are good. Yeah. Enjoy your stock declines, everybody.